Hello, everybody. This week we are talking about motivation, and I really love this topic. I have been focusing on motivation and the drivers behind behavior for most of my adult life. I got my degree in psychology, and I have a minor in child development, so I really wanted to understand the motivations behind behavior, the motivations in children, especially when I was younger, and it's graduated into the motivations in adults, in all people of any age, and the focus and attention. I've put my focus and attention on the topic of personality type, and the IMR system is a system based on 9 personality types, and each one of those personality types has very specific and personalized motivations, drivers that are unique to that personality type. And I really like the IMR system more than a system like Myers-Briggs or some of the other personality type systems out there, because it focuses on the internal motivations for people versus the behavior that people express. So lots of people can express similar behaviors and look kind of similar in their behavior, but the motivation behind that behavior can be very different. And what I like about each of the 9 personality types in the IMR system, each of the colors, is that it's really focusing in on that motivation, what drives you. When you're looking at child development, when you're looking at children, there is a huge difference between an internal motivation and an external motivation. Molly talked about that in her post. And an internal motivation is something that is internally driven. So something that drives you to do something that comes from inside of you. An external motivation is something on the outside driving your behavior. So think about the difference between you doing something because you want to feel good, or doing something because you're afraid of the consequences. So afraid of if you could get in trouble for it, whether it be the parents or the law or whatever, the boss or whatever person or entity that you're concerned about that might have control over your situation. So internal and external motivation are the ground for that, the basis for that, and we develop those, the difference in those motivations, the strength and the difference in those motivations as we grow up. So if you lived in a household where there was strong punishment, but not a lot of discussion about sort of why that was happening, that you're going to be externally motivated as you grow, and potentially even in adulthood, that you're going to do things so that you can get praise or not get in trouble, right? You're externally motivated. Internal motivation is something that is coming from within, and that's really what we're talking about with the 9 personality types, with the IMR system. So each one of these colors, red, for example, is motivated by power and control. They like to be in charge, they like to feel powerful, and they like to be in control. Orange likes to gather information. They like to be knowledgeable. They like to understand things on a really deep level. And if you know oranges, they're full of information. Yellow is driven by, their internal motivation is safety. So they're going to have a lot of worst case scenario stuff going on in their minds, and they're going to be driven by how to protect themselves and stay safe, and how to protect the people in their life that they love and keep them safe. The chartreuses are motivated by comfort and neutrality. So they like their environment to be relatively neutral, not a lot of big emotion or outbursts or anger or anything like that. They like a kind of calm, neutral environment. So they're motivated by that neutrality. The green is motivated by emotions. So they're very strongly motivated by their internal processing, like the feelings that they have and the feelings that other people have. So I'm a green, and I get teased a lot for starting my sentences off, I feel like. So I'll say something to my kids like, I feel like you should go clean your room. So a lot of my sentences start with, I feel. The teal personality is motivated by goal-oriented stuff. So they're motivated by success. They're driven by that desire to achieve and be very good at what they do and get to the next level. And then if they get to the highest level, they're going to change direction and find another another activity or another hobby or another job that they can climb that ladder and become successful in that position. The blue is motivated by creativity and deep connection. So the blue really wants to have some personal space so that they can be alone with their feelings. And they also want to have that deep connection with people. They're not interested in a lot of small talk or chit chat. They really want to get to the deeper, more intense part of life. And a lot of blues are very creative and have very expressive hobbies that they enjoy. The purple is motivated by perfection. So this personality type is driven every day by a lot of internal dialogue about what they should be doing, what you should be doing, and their motivation is to get better and better and better and strive to that perfection. So whatever they focus on in life, whether it's savings or living a big full life or just whatever they focus on, they want that to be perfect. So they'll be very highly critical in their behavior. You'll see a lot of criticism coming from a purple because they're doing a lot of that internally, trying to strive for that more perfect job or project or experience. The fuchsia is motivated by time. So they are very much wanting to have the most experience out of life. They want to have a lot of fun, a lot of plans, a lot of different experiences. They'll be part of a lot of different groups, and they really want to get the most they can out of every day, out of every experience, out of every relationship. And if somebody's wasting time or if an experience isn't fulfilling them, they're easy to get rid of those kind of people or things in their life. They're not interested in that. So that desire to live life to the fullest and take advantage of time is huge for the fuchsia. And so each one of these personality types has these different motivations, and this internal journey that we're all in to discover not only what motivates us, where our behaviors come from, but also what motivates the people in our lives, and that difference, right? So if feelings motivate me, but information motivates my orange spouse or parent or friend, we're going to have two very different drivers in life. And sometimes those things won't align. And sometimes those misunderstandings can be really painful. And I think the most important thing is to remember that your motivations are very true to you, and those feelings are very true to you. And someone else in your life has similar intensity of their feelings and motivations, but they might be very different motivations than you have. And that both of those things can coexist, that it's not as though my motivations are right or correct or more important, or that someone else's motivations are right or correct or more important, but that we both have these motivations. They both drive what gets us up in the morning. They both drive our relationships, and they're both equally intense and equally important. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here having these discussions every week. That's why we're here encouraging people to use our guided words to journal, use them to start discussions on our page, and use them to really look deeper into their lives and look for those internal motivations, look for those things that fulfill you, find that balance in life, find that wholeness in life, find that ability to feel secure and strong in understanding yourselves, and secure and strong in understanding that other people's motivations, other people's behaviors oftentimes are not about you. And that's a huge life lesson, a huge valuable piece of the IMR system, and something that I'm very excited to talk to you about today. I really love this concept of motivation. I hope that you've enjoyed my conversation today and Molly's post. I look forward to hearing from some of you and having a dialogue on our comment section. And I appreciate you showing up today. Thank you.